in between outside of it. I'm Sophia and welcome back to a new video. So today we're doing something very simple again. We're doing my October TBR. I'm gonna structure this video into two parts. So first I'm gonna really quickly go through my fall TBR because October and November, those are still the months that I could finish my fall TBR. So those are also included in this video, but I'm just gonna run through them. On my fall TBR are still The Man Who Died Twice, Liar Liar, which is the fourth book in the Helen Gray series, You Were Gone by Tim Weaver, Yesterday by Felicia Yap, The Secret History, and If We Were Villains. I think this will take a whole month. And then lastly we have The Picture of Dorian Gray. Probably won't get to this, but so I have already read 3 books off my fall TBR, and I'm currently reading another book that was on my fall TBR as well, so I'm kind of slowly getting through it. These are 5, don't mind this one, these are 5 books that I'm adding onto my TBR. October is going to be an interesting month because 1, it's my birthday month. So my birthday is actually on the 8th of October, and I do have an Amazon wish list if you want. And then I also have autumn break, and then you'd be like, oh Sophia, you have autumn break, so much time to read. No, I'm going to Iceland with it's actually a school trip with my geography class. So we're going to Iceland, which is going to be really fun, and I will take like a book or 2, but I don't think I'll actually read that much. But I do have some other days, of course, of the autumn break as well. It's my mom's birthday, it's my boyfriend's birthday. It's going to be a busy month. So let's start with the TBR of this month. So the first book is You'll Be the Death of Me. So I read Nothing More to Tell last month, and if you've watched my most recent video, the one where I tried to read 200 pages a day, you would know how I felt about Nothing More to Tell. I'll give a full review obviously next week in my September wrap up, but let's just, I'm not even gonna say anything before I literally start being too intense. Anyway, this is the last Karen M. McManus book that I own, and I kind of just want to like get this off my shelf. I kind of just want to like be able to close that chapter, because then I've read all of her books except for One of Us Is Back, but I'm waiting for that to come out in paperback anyway. These books are super short. This one is 325, even less than the other one. The other one was almost, I think, 380. This is about 3 friends, and they used to be close, but then this one time they decided to ditch school, but they were not the only ones skipping school that day. When they spot someone acting suspiciously downtown, they follow him into an empty building and walk straight into a murder scene. Now that their day of freedom has turned deadly, it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. So I really hope that this lives up, because some people said that Nothing More to Tell was really good and that this one was kind of shit. Other people are saying that this one was really good and Nothing More to Tell was kind of shit. So I'm just curious, but then, you know, whatever, it'll just be off my shelf, and then I can just, because see, all these books like aligned, because all the spines are the same. They're all the same, even though they're not the same series, which is really cute. So I really want to have them like all nice, like displayed and stuff. But it's nicer if I've done like, oh, I've read all of these, so like that's fine, like I don't have to look. Please let me know what you guys' opinions are on this, because I've heard so many mixed reviews. Because the concept sounds good, but I don't know. Then the next book that I want to read is The Defense by Stephen Kavanaugh. So this is part of a series, and it's quite a popular series. I just want to start because I've told myself when I finish this one, I can get the second one and kind of like that, rather than buying the whole series in one go. I do already have, I have the most recent one, The Accomplice, and I have 13, and I don't know which one that is. I think that's like the 4th one, because I think there's like 6 or 7. I don't know how many there are. This is how many books there are, and this is which one. But I don't know much about this book, but I just really want to start the series. Again, it's super thin, 313 pages, but then again, the font is miniature. And when I mean miniature, like look how small. And there's like no like extra detailing on the top, because a lot of books have that, they have just like extra space. This one doesn't, so we'll probably be reading most of this on my Kindle. Yeah, he used to be a con artist until he became a lawyer. Turned out the two aren't that different. He once vowed never to set foot in a courtroom again, but now he doesn't have a choice. And his daughter has been kidnapped. Winning an impossible murder trial is the only way to save her. And I'm very into like murder trials and just trial stories in general, because they have just so much tension and like just finding out the truth. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be very exciting. It says that it's very like fast paced. It just kind of constantly keeps going, which I like, because I don't like it when it's like slow. Like of course it doesn't need to constantly something be going on, but like don't be like, oh, here maybe in the first 100 pages like one thing happens, and then here, and in the last like 50 pages everything happens. Like don't. Yeah, I'm really excited because I really hope I like this series, because I did read Twisted, this one, That one isn't part of the series, but it is like, it has the same cover. And I really enjoyed that one. I think I read it in like 2 days on summer holiday, and it was a 5-star. Like, it blew my mind. Like, it was really, really good. So I hope that these do that book justice, because that's why I decided to start the series in the first place. Like, I already had some of the books, but you don't, it's like, again, you don't necessarily need to read them in order, or like you could read them as standalones, but I will never do that ever. Then I would like to read Life Sentence, and this is the second book. This is the second book to Body Language. Here's an example. And I read Body Language in August, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was like a good solid 4 stars. And I realized it was a series, and it's not like one of those like detective series or like you have like one, it's not like you have one main person and then every time it's a different case or a different story. Like this kind of, it kind of like starts where the last book finished, because at the end of the last book, so at the end of the first book, we found out quite a big thing, quite a big secret, and I was like, well, I want to now find out what happens. And then I realized that these books are not just like interconnected standalones, like they're actually like the plot matters for the next book. So I obviously can't really tell you what this is about because that would spoil the first book, but I'm really excited. This is also like a very thin book, 335 pages, but these are quite fast-paced as well. And like, they're not necessarily fast-paced as in the case, but they're fast-paced and there's enough happening to keep you like wanting to read more and to keep you curious, even if it's on different aspects of the story. So I really hope that this one, that I enjoy this one as much as the first one, because the first one I put off for like 2 years. So I know the TBR isn't that long, but I just don't want to set, because I keep being annoyed that I don't finish my TBRs every month, and I just want to be like a bit, I think I've only once in my life actually read all the books that I had on my TBR, and that was when I had 4 books or 5 books for that month, and those were all for videos, so I didn't really have a choice. So the next book is The Binding Room by Nadine Matheson, and the first book was The Jigsaw Man. So The Jigsaw Man has made quite a few appearances on my channel because it's in a book haul from like 2 years ago almost. Then I started reading it at some point, and then I read like 20 pages and then I stopped, and then I finally finished it in August as well. So I immediately wanted to get the second book. So I'm, as far as I'm aware, there's only 2 books in the series, so The Jigsaw Man and The Binding Room. And this is like, again, like one of those interconnected detective stories. And The Jigsaw Man, as you can see, this is like a thicker book. Like The Jigsaw Man was like 450 pages, and I read it, so I think I read it in like 5 days, like when I had like 4 days when I actually did get back into reading the book. And it was so good. The characters, the plot, there was so much going on in it. Just like, it was very like captivating. I'm really, really excited because I feel like this is gonna blow my mind a little bit again. But this is about just a local pastor's found stabbed to death, and when she assesses the crime scene, she discovers a hidden door that conceals a room set up for torture, and bound to the bed in the middle of the room is a body of a man. When another body is found and also tied down, Henry realizes there's someone out there torturing innocent people and leaving them for dead. But why? There's nothing that connects the victims. They don't know each other. They've never crossed paths, but someone has targeted them, and it's up to Henry and the Studio Crimes Unit to stop them before they find another binding room. Doesn't that sound so good? Does that not make you want to stay up all night to finish this? Because that sounds really, really good. Like really, really good. This time I will read the first 50 pages before I decide that I don't like it. Coming summer 2023. Wait, is it out? This cover is much better, but there's no paperback yet, and the hardcover is 21 euros. Okay, it isn't out yet, as you can see, because like this would be the hardcover and this is the paperback, but the paperback would be £9. So I'm just gonna wait until the paperback comes out. The last book of today's TBR is gonna be a chunk. It's gonna be crazy, and you guys are gonna die, according to Mr. Fury. So I really wanted to read it in September already, but I was like, no, it needs to be colder, it needs to be darker. Like, I'm not in the mood yet, and this is a chunk. I don't even want to know, really. 626 pages. I don't know if I'll get through the whole book this month, probably, because I read ACOTAR in like 3 sittings. I think I might include this in a video, but I don't think I'll do a separate reading vlog for it, because I then feel like if I do a separate reading vlog for every ACOTAR book, it's going to be a bit repetitive. But I'll definitely try to put it in a video, because I would want to capture my reactions of reading this. I am so incredibly excited because people say that either this one, so A Court of Mist and Fury, or A Court of Wings and Ruins is their favorite, and A Court of Wings and Ruin is book 3. So, but a lot of people, this was their favorite. It's a 5-star. It's like 10 times better than Akatar, and Akatar I gave 4.75. Like, it just did not give me that 5-star feeling. But I know deep in my heart this will. And also saying that you've read all of this. Also, this spine will be cracked. No way, no way. I'm so excited. I might start this like now, like right now, because I am sitting on the floor, if you didn't know. It's kind of obvious, but. So these are the new books that I have planned for the month of October. I will, of course, let you know which books I have already read of my fall TBR in my wrap up, and of course next month I will also let you know if I had read any of these, because maybe like 1 or 2. I was gonna say probably not, but I'll probably read this one. I love these books. I'm very excited to read any of these. Please let me know if you have any opinions on these, or if you know anything about these, what you think of them. If you haven't read it, if you have read them, just please let me know, because I want opinions. I need to know what I'm getting myself into. Also, the day that I read Binding 13 is the day that I've gone mentally insane, because that is thick. If you're still watching, comment this emoji, and I'll see you when I see you.